Today we have another installment of Animal Class. This time we meet up with Toronto's Anthony McLachlan as he gets to know a very charming kangaroo.
Wait a minute. He went to Australia to do this story?
Not quite. Etobicoke, which is not as far south as Australia, but somewhat more south of Toronto.
Okay, I was going to ask you, how do I get a free trip to Australia?
Well, we can arrange a trip to Etobicoke so you can experience the sights and sounds.
Well, now that I know the kangaroos live there, I just may take you up on that offer.
Let's follow Anthony to Hands On Exotics to learn more about this hoppy marsupial.
Welcome to Animal Class.
Today we're going down under and meeting a kangaroo. I'm here with Amanda from Hands On Exotics. And Amanda, what type of kangaroo is this?
So this is Cricket, and she is a red kangaroo, which is the largest species, but she's only about 11 months old, so she's not full grown.
When she's standing on the ground, as you place her on the ground here, how tall would she be if she was standing on her hind legs?
I would say right now she's about 3 feet, but when she's full grown, she will be 4 to 5.
They call them a red kangaroo, but she's almost got more of just a brownish color to her.
That's right, so it's the testosterone that turns them that red color in their fur. So the females are going to be more of a silvery color, whereas the males will be a little bit more of a reddish brown.
What stands out about the female kangaroos?
The female kangaroos are a lot smaller, and they're also the only ones that have a pouch.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what's the pouch used for?
So they use it to carry around their babies. They have one baby at a time, and it's called a joey, and it goes inside of the pouch and stays there for about 6 months. So when it's first born, it's only about 2 centimeters, or about the size of a jelly bean. And then it grows to be about 1 foot in length. When it's about 6 months old, that's when it starts to explore on its own.
Really? And then they grow to be these huge creatures that can be up to like 6 feet tall.
Exactly.
What features would you say kind of stand out for the kangaroo?
Well, I would say the first thing that stands out is her large ears. So they use those ears not only to hear, but also to help cool themselves down. So they pump a lot of their blood through those ears when it's very hot. And another thing that's very obvious is that long tail. So her tail is about 1 foot long, and she's only about 3 feet long herself. And that tail is very strong and full of muscle. So the males, they use that tail as support when they're boxing or fighting each other. But the females also use it when they're standing up really tall to help support their body weight.
To get a better vantage of surrounding predators.
Exactly.
Speaking of predators, what would the kangaroo look out for if they're in the Australian desert?
So their main predator would be the dingoes. So those are canines, so there would be their main predator.
So what would Cricket typically eat here?
So in the wild, they eat mostly different types of grasses. And then she also gets lots of hay, and a few times a week she gets apples and sweet potatoes as a treat.
Do you know how fast they can get going?
When they're running full speed through a field, they can probably go around 30 to 40 kilometers an hour, and they could jump clear over your head.
Really? Another thing to point out is that her feet, palms of them, are mainly on the ground, but she also has those back heels that sit back there too.
So she's got an elongated foot and a very long ankle, and that helps her to hop. They use that Achilles tendon that goes all the way around her foot, and that's what propels her motion.
Her body is much larger near towards the bottom than it is as it comes up towards her arms.
She's got a big booty.
Big booty.
Yeah, she's got very, very big hindquarters that she uses to hop.
And then she gets a little bit more narrow, and her arms are quite short.
Almost like a T-Rex.
I guess reaching capabilities to her mouth, but not too much beyond that.
No, they'd be foraging for food mostly on the ground.
Well, while Cricket chews on some apples, I think she's going to be ready to hop around pretty quickly. So we'll say goodbye. So thank you for introducing us to Cricket.
You're very welcome.
Boy, Cricket sure seemed docile, being held in Amanda's arms and being petted by Anthony.
Well, now Anthony can add professional kangaroo petter to his resume.
That's funny, that sounds like something I'd say. Maybe I'm starting to rub off on you just a little bit.
Well, I'm learning from the best.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a nice compliment. What do you call a lazy baby kangaroo?
I have no idea.
A pouch potato.
Oh boy, I take back what I said. I think you need new material.
Perhaps. Again, if anyone at home is interested in visiting or learning more about Hands On Exotics and the services they offer, visit handsonexotics.com.